Fernando Alonso went out early doors in Singapore final practice to scrub a set of tyres, but had to be careful of the local wildlife.
So we are told the track is clear, but just have a look for the lizard.
Oh, it's in the middle of the track.
There was a brief red flag while a couple of marshals got into a running race with said reptile, eventually cornering and containing the creature so that the track action could get underway properly. Overnight rain had washed much of the rubber away from the Marina Bay circuit, so the track evolution was huge. Lando Norris had topped the timing tables as Friday had come to a close, and again he was the quickest man on track. His best lap in FP3 clocked at a 1:29.646, the fastest of the weekend so far. George Russell had a big slide at turn 16, drifting out but correcting the car without incident. He also had a moment at turn 14, the Mercedes man seemingly in two minds and opting for the runoff, followed by a neat flick to spin the car around and get back underway. The Briton seemed to enjoy his excursions, going off-piste more than once.
Everything all right?
Yeah. Well, no, I went straight on, but otherwise I'm okay.
Russell finished the session with the second best time, but that was almost 5/10 back from Norris's fastest lap. Mercedes teammate Lewis Hamilton was P7. McLaren's Oscar Piastri was a little ragged through turn 7 at one point, but the now two-time Grand Prix winner had the third fastest time as the flag fell. Max Verstappen had a disappointing Friday, struggling with balance issues and understeer throughout both practice sessions. However, Red Bull seemed to have worked some magic, and he looked a lot more comfortable in final practice. Despite scraping the curbs at turn 7 at one point, he was P4 in this session. However, teammate Sergio Perez languished down in 15th place. The two Ferrari drivers had a very decent Friday, with Charles Leclerc fastest in FP1. And in final practice, both he and Carlos Sainz looked good on the medium tyres. However, once the softs were strapped on, they seemed to struggle.
Yeah, let's focus on driving instead of focusing about scrub and whatsoever. And to be honest, about feeling also, because the feeling is we are very slow. I just have no grip.
P5 for Leclerc, one better than Sainz. Alex Albon touched the wall at turn 15, picking up a puncher in the process, the Thai driver forced to nurse his Williams back to the garage. Teammate Franco Colapinto swung his rear out at one point, but luckily avoided a touch. Both Williams drivers finished in the top half. Albon P8, just ahead of his Argentinian colleague. So the final standings after final practice were as follows. Norris topped from Russell, then Piastri, Verstappen, Leclerc, Sainz, Hamilton, Albon, Colapinto, and completing the top 10 was Fernando Alonso. P11 for Yuki Tsunoda, then came the Haas duo of Nico Hülkenberg and Kevin Magnussen. They were ahead of Pierre Gasly, Perez, Ocon, Ricciardo, Stroll, Bottas, and Zhou Guanyu.